This video is sponsored by Deep Cut Studios. For a wide range of fantastic gaming resources such as battle mats, dice trays and pre-painted bases, check out the description below.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Warriors Table. I am WTW champion Tom.
And I am just Simon.
Just an innocent man.
An innocent Simon.
But you are challenging for this belt.
Yeah.
And the rules are you can challenge me to anything that I play.
Absolutely.
So what are we playing?
We are going to play Warcrow.
Pick the newest game that I've picked.
which I've been championing at the club that we play at for a while now. I've been the person pursuing this.
Thoroughly in love with it.
Yeah, it's a great game.
So we're going to be playing a game between my Scions and your...
My Northern tribes.
Yeah, and we are still very new to the game. Like, jokes aside, this is my second game at 250. You're on about, what, 5?
Yeah, we've done a bit of practice on the run-up to this. But yeah, just thoroughly enjoying this
very much casual
system.
Players rolling for fun, though. So, like, we'll do our best with rules and mechanics and that. And yeah, so you're going to try and steal this off me with a game that I don't know, because that's the honourable man you are.
I mean, I just want to get the belt, mate. I'll take every low shot that I can.
So we'll show you the crews. We'll get into it. So this is Simon's Northern Tribes army for today.
Yeah, and as you can see, I have got some guys riding on wargs. Now, my high command model, the leader of this force, is the guy on the warg at the back there. He is a mounted Wrathmane. He can be placed with the unit of warg riders, and as you might imagine, he allows them to go around kicking people's faces in.
It's like, we'll take the biggest melee beater and we'll put him on a massive rabid beast.
Yeah, they're just beautiful models as well. Then you can see at the back there the red-headed and the blonde-haired skin changers. They're great. You can give them 2 different totems at the beginning of the game, but either make them slightly tankier or make them faster. I've chosen for this game to make them slightly tankier. In front of them, you've got the Ice Archers. They are Varanks, much like the Skin Changers. They're a kind of sort of troll orcoid sort of creature.
They can literally rain down ice to slow you down, can't they?
Yeah, they can put out slow conditions when they attack you with their... They're the only ranged option I have in this list as well, of course, so they fulfill that use. Next to them are a unit of Tundra Marauders, and with them, the guy with the massive scythe is called Eskold the Executioner.
Deadly.
He is just great. It is also worth noting that they are scouts, which means that they can come on one of the flanks or in my deployment zone at a later point.
Yeah, while we're showing you this here, man, if Simon went to an event, he could keep that secret until they actually turned up.
Yeah, so I wouldn't actually need to deploy them at all at the beginning of the game. They just come on and my opponent would know nothing about them. They come in and start reaping with the big scythe. And then finally, next to them is a Dark Master character, with a unit of Orc Hunters. Again, the Dark Master himself is an ambush unit, so you don't need to declare down at the beginning of a game. But while he's attached to a unit, he no longer has the ambush ability. He instead confers the scout ability to his unit that he's attached to. And
he can't be hit within you have to be a certain range to him, is it? Like,
yeah, he's great. He's effectively got stealth. If you are not within 8 strides of him, you can't target him. And when you do target him in combat, you receive the disarm state because your sort of sword gets lost in the magical, billowing shadowiness of him.
We should say you've done a beautiful job painting these. They look really kind of poppy. We were saying how great the sculpts are in size and paintability, shall we say.
They really just lend themselves well to any sort of painter level. And I'm really pleased with them.
So playing 250, but you're at 245 to finalise with?
That's right, 245, yeah. It's, again, we haven't gone into this with the most competitive list I could possibly have gone for. Purely aesthetic reasons for me, as always.
But your main objective is beat face.
Yeah, but that's Orcs for you, isn't it?
And this is my Scions of Yaldabaoth force, or family as we like to call them, together.
Ooh, I wouldn't like to be part of that family.
These guys frustrate me a little bit in content that's been produced for this game so far. They're often just called evil elves, which I don't know if we're just coming in from the philosophy perspective, but baby's first Gnosticism, these are the tragic heroes of the game.
They're far more than just that, aren't they? I think they're very well observed.
They worship their father, mother. They don't know that it's a demiurge. They don't know it's a fake god. They just think they're being great, and by improving their flesh, they're getting closer to that, gnosis, the truth. So they're in a weird position. At time of recording, Song of the Dormants came out. So a lot of their profiles are being adjusted because basically they came out with Warcrow Adventures, a lot of these sculpts, and they had an initial card pack which are now transitioning. So I've taken things that kind of either have changed or aren't changing anytime soon. So this should at least be, time sensitive, appropriate. Sure. So at the front, you have got my progenitor sculptor. He is a high command. He is going to be leading the way. And basically got two halves to my force. You've got the kind of mess with our flesh half, and then you've got the undeady golemy half. So speaking of that, we have got Master Mael, who is a named puppeteer character, because we don't currently have the cards for regular puppeteer, but we do have this named one. She technically works with the progenitor Nephirim, but we borrowed her for a little bit, and she can do things with husks, which are 2 units here, which are risen, undead, gribbly things, and she can reanimate them and move them around and make them obey her will. So she's brought 2 crews of husks, which have gained models. So for a bit of psychological warfare, Si, I added an orc to each one. You're welcome.
Yeah, it seems like a bit of an attack, that.
It definitely is.
Reason for war, maybe?
We've then got our marked units. So we've got a melee marked unit and a ranged marked unit. These guys have been blessed by the progenitor sculptor and had a little bit of, shall we say, modifications done to their body to make them either hit hard or shoot hard.
It's just older.
They perform better when the boss is nearby. We've also then just got the chavs, the intacts at the back. They're not cool enough to earn upgrades. They're just regular people who cosplay as being in the Scions. So they adorn themselves with just body parts and pretend that they're going to be marked one day. We've got the Echoes, kind of like bodyguard models that protect me. And we've got this big boy here.
He is terrifying, isn't he?
Yeah, these things don't last long in the lore because they are pushing bodies to the very limits. They have a tendency to kind of explode. In our games, he has a tendency to explode, but big, beaty, destructive unit.
Yeah, you got him, you try and kill him, but unfortunately he hurts you before he dies as well.
Disgustingly beautiful as well. I've got 1 unit of scouts, which are my marksmen. I don't tend to use that, and like Simon, my echoes have the ability to buff themselves one of 2 ways. I'm going to take Posture of the Defender, so they're going to be slightly harder to shift off our objectives and be a little bit more tanky. Mm-hmm. With current points value, I'm bang on 250, so I have a slight 5-point advantage coming into this. That may shift in future updates, but most of the points have came down rather than up for the Scions, so currently sitting at a quite healthy amount of models for this, even though they're a little bit weaker than size tanky orcs.
You'll need it.
So here we are, all set up for today's game. We're in the Northern Plains. I think this is more your home turf than mine.
We are.
I don't have a home turf.
We are nomadic tribes. We are just expansionist, and we try to spread out down to the south, I guess.
So we've kept this really simple. We're playing Take Positions as our first adventure, I think they're called for this one. So what we have are 2 sets of coloured markers, home and away. You can see the red on my side and the blue on Simon's side. Essentially, at the end of each round, we get a point if no one controls the ones that we hold. Mm-hmm. And we get a point per one of the enemies that we control, and that has to be basically higher conquest value within 3 strides to take control of it. They're like light switches. They basically need to be switched on and kept on, ideally.
And that happens at the end of the activation of that model. We sort of see what's contesting it at that point.
So those will be generating MP, but also we have a secondary that we go for, which is for us resources. So resources is interesting. Basically, at the end of an activation, we can choose to stress ourselves, to basically go foraging for resources. Mm-hmm. And there are trackers on the main dial that will move along depending on how many successes we get. The idea is that we want to have our position at the end of the game higher than our opponents. Now, if we can get all the way to 10, if we continue to scavenge, we can actually push our opponents down rather than up. And there's also different points that are scored depending on how far along the position we get. So I think it's like for 4 and 7 and then 10.
4, 7, 10.
And then higher than your opponent. That will generate AP, which will be our second difference maker. And then the way that victories go in Warcrow is you can have supreme victory and supreme defeat, but then you've got these shades of grey in between depending on grand totals and MP versus AP.
Yeah.
So we have deployed. The Scions have kind of deployed all of their forces. You skirmishy scum.
As you can see, the Northern tribes don't like to deploy everything onto the table at first. We may have some scouts coming on later on. You might be preparing for. It's kind of the thing.
And when you deploy, you can then attach your leaders to squad, so my progenitor sculptor has attached himself to the marked, not the marksman, just the regular marked. So his profile will basically bolster them.
Yep, and likewise, I've only got the mounted Rathmane who's joined the Warg Riders.
Terrifying unit of doom.
They are absolutely. They tend to get targeted, but if they can get into combat, then yes, all sorts of damage can occur.
Notice that the more map deployed on the opposite side of the board to them, so he doesn't just get really executed.
Yeah, well, I'm glad for that as well.
The last thing the Scions had to do was basically generate tinge, so a lot of my models do generate tinge, which they can spend, but also can do bad things like blow you up as the game goes on, so we'll track that as and when it's relevant. I had 5 command tokens to your 3.
To my 3, yes, not so many.
So we rolled off, I won, I have initiative, I elected for Simon to deploy first, and he is also going to go first. So let's get into it.
Absolutely. Okay, so the great thing about Warcrow is we have the game split into rounds and turns. For this scenario, we are going to be doing 5 turns in a round. That's going to be tracked by the sort of rondel tracker. I'll go, then Tom will go with his activation, and we'll keep doing that till we get to the end of turn 5, which will end the round.
And there should be 3 rounds, so it should be 15 activations each, as long as there's no shenanigans.
Yes, absolutely.
There absolutely will be shenanigans.
So the very first thing I'm going to do in Warcrow, you have 2 actions. They can be 2 simple actions, or they can be a single long action. I'm going to start with my Warg Riders with the mounted Rathmane, who are going to start by doing a simple move action for their first of the 2 actions.
Yeah, you want to switch on your objective here, don't you? Your take position.
That's the idea, yes.
Now, usually cavalry don't like forests, but you've got...
These guys have got preferred terrain, rugged, so they can go straight into that forest without any problem.
Now, my models usually hate forests because there are lots of golems, even the little ones, and they're like, we don't appreciate this.
But we love it. We're used to it in the northern tribes.
So when you make a move action, you've actually got 2 move profiles, and you can use them in either order you want, and you don't have to go the full each time. So you've made a simple action of a move to get to there.
I have. At this point, I do have another action, another simple action. You cannot repeat simple actions in Warcrow. Except for the move action. So I could theoretically do another move action, and indeed, I think I will.
Yeah, you want to be within 3 of this objective to then use your conquest value to switch it on, don't you? Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, units do have to be within coherency. I think it's 3 strides of each other, so I think you're relatively safe if you kind of hop over here.
That's right. So
I'll tilt him so his tail doesn't get destroyed by our beautiful terrain.
And he's just going to go there. Now,
I'm going to take them this alleyway. You're not coming this way.
Once the model has moved, the squad leader has moved, in this case the mounted Rathmane, the rest of the unit can be placed within 2 strides of that leader model. So we are going to defend that objective. Objectives do block line of sight, and they are impassable, so you cannot go through them.
So at the end of your activation, you switch that onto you, but there's also the opportunity, because of our resources secondary objective, to do some digging. Would you like to do some digging?
I absolutely would. This is the great thing about resources. It means that you're not just having a turn where you're just moving up the board and doing nothing. So I'm going to roll a yellow and an orange die.
Yes, it's denoted by how many models are in a squad, so you've got 3 here.
So 3 models roll yellow and an orange, 1 model only rolls 1, and more than 5, I believe it is. Is it 4 or 5? Get to roll more. So let's see how many successes I get here. I get 1 success.
Bring that around. So that'll move your marker on the dial.
Just the 1.
There we go.
Okay. That ends the activation.
Over to me then for my first turn. So when we activate a unit, we have to put the activated token straight away, and that's because if we reactivate something, they'll get stressed, and we'll talk through how that works in a second. So I'm going to go with this squad of husks. Notice the psychological warfare here. I'm going to send an orc to do an orc's job. They are as slow as anything. They are move 2-2, I'm sad to say. So they are going to move 1, 2 for their first simple action, but obviously that will not quite get me close enough to the objective. So then they are just going to move a second time, probably to about there, just to be like, please don't charge us, Mr. Wraithmane Man. And they're going to end their activation here. We're going to switch this on. Now, I have got a unit of 4 models, which means I get to roll a yellow, an orange, and a red, and see if I can do some foraging. So, Nothing, sadly. Hollows do not count for this, so...
They don't.
They're mindless zombies. They don't know how to dig. That's them done.
Okay, so it's now my turn 2 of the first round, and I'm going to go with the skin changes. The skin changes are great. They're only a 2-man or woman unit. So the skin changes are going to activate, and they are going to make a free move.
They're rapido, even with that.
So that's their first action of their 2 simple actions. The intention here is to get to the blue objective to turn that on. So the squad leader, the red-headed one, is going to move another. And
I appreciate you making the redhead the leader for me.
That was the idea, Tom, yes. I'm going to place the activation marker. I'm going to turn on the objective, and then I'm going to do some...
You want to risk some digging?
Digging, why not?
So they're going to gain a stress?
They are going to get a stress. If you don't mind sorting me out there, Tom, thank you very much. The Warg Riders also will need a stress then at that point.
So stress at the moment doesn't do anything. It's basically dependent on your morale value, but if you are at the limit of your stress to your morale, you can't reactivate. And if you go above it, you start to run away.
That's right. It's the key mechanic of the game, really, and it's such an interesting mechanic as well. So my skin changes are going to roll. They get to roll 2 dice, a yellow and an orange, and we'll see if we get any successes. We get 1 success.
Stop digging better than me.
There's only 2 of them, but they're better at digging than mindless husks.
Because you've got flesh still on your hands. So for my second turn, I'm going to activate the big boy, the Morn Mab.
No.
So I need to get him out of the way. He's going to cause a logjam here. So he's quick, is the Morn Mab. So he moves 4 and then 3. So guess what, buddies?
He's not a nice guy.
I'm gonna move here for a simple action. I could do a second one to do some more movement shenanigans. I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to take the smallest of moves, and I'm just going to tuck in a bit more to that side.
Right.
So barely anything, barely an inconvenience for you there. I am going to switch this on. Shockingly, the Mormab, despite the big diggy claws, is not going to do any digging, just because he may activate again, and that will cause a stress.
Yeah, it gives him stress. He doesn't want to be in that position.
Too much stress.
Okay, it's time for the Ice Archers on turn 3 of the first round, and they are going to move up the board.
They've seen the Mormab come up, and they're like, we need fire support. We need fire support immediately.
Oh, and they can provide it. They're great. They've got ice arrows and everything. So 4, and then 3 to there. They'll join in.
Now, at the moment, we're not having to worry too much about our conquest value as long as we've got them. But when you see us go to compete with the opponents for conquesting these, then that will come into play. Basically, whoever has more can take objectives. But
that's right.
We're pretty safe at the moment.
Okay. And then they'll do a second move for the second action. Move there. And then, yes.
Yes, come towards the horde.
I am somewhat scared of all those guys. So we're just going to have a little bit of movement there. These guys will tuck in.
Looks like cowardice to me. It's supposed to be brave orcs.
They have bows. They know how to use them.
Do you know who the bravest orcs are? The ones in the husks.
They were brave.
They were brave. No,
look where bravery gets you.
Are you going to do some digging?
I am going to do some digging. So there are 4 models, so I get to roll 1 of each coloured dice.
See if you roll better than I did this time.
I'm very good at digging today.
So that
3
takes you up to
successes.
6?
It does.
That's...
So I've gone past. I've got my...
We've already potentially guaranteed some points here.
Yes, we'll just have to see.
So I'm definitely not saying that my undead models are worthless, but I'm not saying that. So I'm going to activate the fodder. They're going to go again, so they're going to do 2 simple walk actions. So we're going to go 2, and then 2, and then we're going to go 2, and then 2, which will conveniently get my leader within range 3 of El Objectivo. They are going to...
There's a whole lot of body to get.
There's a whole lot. There definitely are bodies there. They're going to gain stress because they're going to do some digging, see if I can catch up with you a little bit. I get 2.
Yeah,
that's not too bad. So I'm actually up to level 3. So I'm just catching up slowly, and that will do for them.
Okay, turn 4 of round 1. It's time to get a little bit sneaky, I think. Escold the Executioner
terrifies me with his giant side.
His Tundra Marauders.
This guy has one-shot the Morn Mab before.
He's fantastic. I love the guy.
So what does Scout do? Because this is what you're doing, aren't you? You're scouting on.
So I'm going to scout on. So obviously, as an activation on my turn, I can choose to bring a scout model on, and they can come on either in my deployment zone, or they can come on either side of the battlefield, as long as they're not in the opponent's deployment zone. And as long as they're not within 12 strides and line of sight of a model.
And this is technically secret information at like a tournament. Like you have your list, but you don't tell the opponent, and they're just like, surprise!
It is. It's that Corvus Belli heritage, isn't it?
So he's got a whole squad coming on with him, but this counts as a move. You basically count one of your actions as a move straight away.
That's right. So you can't come charging on. Which is a shame. But what we can do is we can move Escod on. So he starts on the edge of the battlefield, and then he makes his first move of 4. And he will go there, and then 3. And then his friends come on with him within 2 strides of Escod himself. The activation marker gets put on, and at this point I am going to stress him because they're a big unit. They could get me plenty of resources. So I am going to roll. I'm going to stress, and I'm going to roll 3 dice.
Oh,
and again, we've rolled well, so 3 successes this time, putting me on 9.
So when you get to 10, when you roll this, you start diminishing my result instead, don't you?
That's correct. I wanted to get there quickly so I can keep you out of that game.
Definitely seems like a good idea.
Okay.
So I'm going to activate my Intact for my penultimate turn. Their move 3-2, they're a little bit on the slower side. So they're going to go 3, 2, and then they're going to do the same again, 3, 2. I basically just want to end within 3 strides of this. So I'm just going to end up there. We're just going to give them all a slap on the bum and be like, you can do it, friend.
Hang out with the big bad friend.
Yeah, so they're just going to move to this position here, take an activated token with them. They are going to stress because I need to try and keep pacey for digging. So I'm going with my bigger units, hopefully getting kind of 4 dice or 3 dice is better with 4 models. And it is.
Oh, wow. You've got into the digging spirit.
So I'm on 6 now to your 9. So keeping track just about, as long as we're digging with our big clawed hands.
Right, so final turn of this round for me. I've made the decision that Escold and his unit of marauders are going to charge into the horrible husks, who are claiming that objective.
Kill your own kin, do it.
Now, it's really interesting with the marauders because they have a skill called Snow Leopard Tattoo, which allows them to place within 10 strides. And if I engage an enemy unit at the end of that, then I can attack them, but it does not class as a charge.
And you want the charge because you get a reroll on this.
Exactly. I kind of want the reroll. I want to see if I can get this unit dead.
So when you activate a model that's already activated, though, a unit's already activated, you basically stress them, don't you?
Absolutely. So at this point, because Escold is activating again, that 1 stress gets turned into 2 stress, which is his morale limit for his unit. So he wouldn't be able to activate again without resting first.
Yeah, and if you lose this combat, it could stress you again. I mean, you're not going to, but it could happen.
It could happen. It could happen. So very easily, the Marauders have a charge value of 10. So as well as having the 2 movement values in the game, instead you can do a full action, a long action called charge, which allows you to have an attack action at the end of it. And the movement value for that is in parentheses after the 2 move values. Yeah. In this case, it's 10. So this is easily going to get me into base contact with said husk.
Yep.
And then the other marauders then sort of move around. Now, you do pile in this game, but if you're not able to do so, you are classed as still being part of the combat.
It's combat manoeuvres. I think I can probably shimmy that one round to there, and we can go to something like this.
Just so it looks a little bit more presentable. Okay, so we've made the charge. Now I gather up my attack dice, which for the marauders are 3 orange. They have a built-in hit from the marauders themselves. Escold himself confers another auto hit.
Yeah, that's nice. That's why having characters attached to crews or units is really handy.
Yeah, and at this point, I'm going to roll my 3 orange dice.
I've got 2 black dice on my defence, I should say, which is this here.
So, what we're looking at now is the symbols on the dice. So we have the hits, which are the star symbols. We have specials, which are the exclamation marks. And of course, on the defense dice, we have shields.
So we can declare switches.
Yeah, we can declare switches at this point. So the active player, so me as the attacker, gets to declare any switches I may have. And you'll notice that these are shown underneath that black bar with the modifiers in. So in my case, Escold could do a switch if I have 2 filled in exclamation marks specials.
Yeah.
I do have that, so I will spend those to inflict 1 automatic damage on the husks.
Now, that would usually kill one of my husks because they have 1 wound each, but they are tinge golems, so I can spend the tinge that they generate at the start to basically
that's upsetting.
Take that damage. It's still inflicting damage. For the resolution, you've still done the damage.
Yeah,
it just doesn't kill one.
Okay. So in total then at this point, unless you have any switches that you would like to...
I do, on my defense. So the attacker receives the slow state if I have 2 filled in exclamation. Notice Simon's got a hollow one here, but you need to be an elite unit to utilise that. We're not. So I'm going to give you the slowed state. You're a slow boy. Now, so that basically means that your first movement value is the only one you can use next time you move.
Yes.
I don't think you care too much.
No, I'm in where I need to be at this point. It's worth bearing in mind that Escold does have a command ability skill, which I could spend one of my command abilities to do Scythe of the Executioner, which instantly makes anybody I'm engaged with frightened.
What's that?
But alas, I'm engaged
and
with...
also golems. Yeah, golems just don't care.
Golems who are mindless husks.
Are you elite? Do you count any of your hollows?
I am not elite,
right, so basically,
no.
this dice is done, and you spend the exclamation. So you've got 3 hits total.
That's right.
Now, you can take damage back in combat. So if I had got any hits, which you can't on black dice, I could have hit you back. But I have basically got, 1 filled in block. So I'm just going to take away 1 success from you. And I have a hollow one that I can't utilise here. So you've got 2 going through. That would be 2 damage.
Yep.
Which will kill 2 of my husks. Now you've won combat.
I have, which means that you instantly take a stress at this point.
I do, which knocks me to 2.
Yes.
You have the opportunity here to push me back.
I do, and I will attempt to push you back. And you therefore have another chance to stress if you are able to prevent that from happening.
I can't. My morale is 1, so I'm already above my limit. So is it my first move value?
It's your first move value that
so
you need to
you
move
can push
back.
me back, but I imagine you want me to go straight back here.
Yes, please.
So we go 2. So yeah, I can choose to resist that, which I'm not going to. And you can choose to pile in and follow in alongside, or are you happy to stay where you are?
At the moment, I think I am, you know. I don't necessarily want to move further up the field and potentially take a charge from the Echoes and from Mayel.
No one wants that.
So they're at the moment, they're quite happy to stay there.
Now, we compare our conquest values here, don't we? Because you're sat on an objective and so am I. I have a husk unit, and the conquest values change depending on how many you've got in a unit. So
That's right.
As you get depleted, it goes. So I've got 1 husks unit here that are a conquest value of 1.
And I have got my Tundra Marauders with Escold. They also only have a conquest value of 1, which means as it stands, I can't change it to me without taking them out. So, yeah.
Now, because I'm above my morale value, weird things would normally happen with units, but because I'm a golem, we're pretty thoughtless.
Yeah, that's a shame.
Can't do any digging because you're at your stress.
I'm at my stress limit. I can't do any digging. Yeah, that's it. That's my my first round.
And in fact, with the golem value, I can't actually go above my excess stress, which is kind of cool. So I'm just gonna stay at 1.
Yeah.
Oh, I really wanted to activate my Morn Bab. I really wanted to barrel that in.
It must be awful for you having that lovely creature.
Golem of Doom.
And then having other things that you'd rather do at this moment in time.
Yeah, we're going to show off some magic. So I'm going to activate Master Mael here because she is going to help her husky buddies. Is that what we call them?
Yes.
So she's going to move. She's moved 4-3. She's rapido. So she's going to move 4 and then 3. She's going to stand within 3 of the objective there.
Yeah.
And she's going to show off some magic. So I'm going to use Carmine Thorn. So I have to target an enemy within 12 strides. Hello.
Yeah.
I have to see if this succeeds. So I have to declare any alterations I'm going to make. Now, my alterations as a Scions player is actually spending tinge. So I can use it for my own benefits, but I'm going to spend it here. So after this, I am going to select an allied risen unit within 7 strides. they'll receive a tinge and they'll be placed into base contact with the target.
Yes.
So I'm going to do, that's my alteration.
Yes.
For everyone else, they'd have to get negative things to this, but because we are one with the tinge, we're all good.
Yeah, and of course, I could attempt to dispel it or use a spellcaster to block the spell, but I do not have any in this list.
No, it's heathen magics, isn't it? So I roll my willpower, which is a red and an orange, and I just need to basically get a success here to make sure the spell goes off.
Yep.
We do. We get 2 successes. Happy days. So then we resolve the rest of the spell. So this is going to be a ranged attack action with a red, 2 orange, and a yellow against the target, against these guys here.
Yep.
And the target needs 2 shields to cancel each one of my hits.
Yeah, shenanigans.
Shenanigans. So I'll set your parkours, which is 2 successes, sadly, at the moment, but you need 2 shields to block every hit.
So I get those. Now, there is a built-in block with the Marauders, so I'm going to place that with them there.
So basically what has happened here is you've got 2 blocks. I've got no switches. There's nothing else weird that happens here. So you will take away one of my successes, but there will still be, I'm not elite, sadly, there'll still be 1 success that goes through. So take some damage.
Okay, one of my Marauders will take a damage, a wound. They have 2. So we'll pop it onto the back there to show that.
So then we continue with the alterations and everything that went through with this. Usually you'd have to take the effects of a tinge roll, but I don't because I'm actually spending my tinge. Like Scions have like the inverse use of tinge. So I'm going to choose a risen unit within 7. They're going to receive a tinge and they are going to be placed into base contact with the target. So they're going to go to...
You see, I just charge and hit you with big scythes and big swords. You puppeteer people.
So these guys are on tinge 2 now, which means they'll take the effects at the end of the turn. But I don't mind that, Si. I don't mind at all.
No, plenty of bodies to get in the way. And
so Master Mael's got a ability then, Red Threads. So at the end of her activation, chooses an allied risen unit within 12 strides, and I can choose to either make them perform a simple action or suffer a stress to activate them all over again. I'm just going to perform a simple action with them, mate. They're going to attack. So we do our combat maneuvers and all that, so I'm just going to place, I think these 2 can probably get around about there, maybe, something like that. And they're going to make an attack. So this is a full unit of husks. So this is going to be 2 orange and 2 yellow. But Mael actually buffs them. She's got threaded husks as a passive. Target all allied risen units within 7 strides. They add an orange to their attack rolls and they gain the switch, which is they can give you a tinge. They pass on the lurgy.
Oh dear.
So I'm going to gain orange. This is going to be 3 orange and 2 yellow versus your defense.
Yeah, which is a blue, a black, with a built-in shield already. I could choose to stress if I was able to do so, for Eskel to add a hit into it to try and hit you back a little bit, but I'm at my morale limit, so I can't.
So let's see what we get. Ooh, okay.
Oh, just 2 switches.
So, do you get an inbuilt block, did you say?
I get an inbuilt block. I'm going to place that in there.
So, in terms of declaring switches, I could give you the slowed state, but you already have it and you can't stack states. So my exclamation marks are going to go out of the window here. But do you know what I do have, Si? Oh, I thought I had one. I thought I had a hollow one to give you the tinge, but I don't. I just have filled in exclamations.
A real shame that is.
So I have 2 hits going through.
Now, I do have a switch there, which allows me to displace myself 3 strides, which would mean that I would take the wounds as normal, but I would not be pushed back at the end of this combat.
Yes, you are going to have to deal with some morale issues if you lose this combat.
Yes, this is true. So I will displace myself 3 strides, so I'll do that now, and then we carry on. I'll just place my guys out of combat there.
Get off our turf.
Well, you certainly made your presence known.
So how many wounds do each of your orcs have?
They have 2 each.
So have I killed one now with the Carmine Thorns? And
You
the damage
will
from
now
the
have
attack?
killed that. So this person at the back here dies. I'm just going to organise them so they're a little bit further back.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to unit coherency, which I'm sure is something I actually need to consider here. So you have lost combat despite displacing, which means that you will gain a stress level, which is now going to take you above your morale limit of 2, isn't it, mate?
Unfortunately so, yeah. So I'm now going to make a willpower check.
Yep, and you've got to get a hit here. So I'll move these dice out of the way. If you get a hit, life is great.
Yep. And
you go back down to your morale level.
Because it's only 1 above my morale level, I just need 1 hit. If it was 2 above my morale limit or more, I would need 2 successes. So let's have a look. Please don't run away.
Hey, they're happy.
Days, we stand firm.
So you go back down to your limit, which is going to be 2.
Yeah.
I have successfully shunted you out of the way, which is good, but again, this objective is going to stay mine.
Yeah, fiercely fought over, but I've managed to thin the ranks a little bit.
So that'll take us to the end of this round. And so, as we go to the end of the round then, a lot of things actually happen in Warcrow at the end of the round, don't they?
They do, there's loads of things.
So if there's any scenario effects, we apply them. We don't have any weird roaming beasts or magical things affecting our terrain.
No,
so the first thing we do is go for VP. So our resources doesn't get scored until the end of the game, so we're just looking at take positions. Now, we both hold our own objectives, so that gains us a VP because our opponent not holding them.
Yeah.
We do not hold either of our opponents, we don't gain any additional. So we're currently at 1 apiece on victory points.
Yeah.
The next thing we did was we reduced our stress. So anyone who's not demoralised, which thankfully your guys at the bottom kept their morale, they reduce their stress by 1. Unless they've not activated, they reduce it by 2. And then we check the effects of tinge. You don't care about this, but I do. Now, the Scions have their own table for this. So usually 1 tinge would give you a bit of stress. Scions don't care about 1.
No.
2 did affect the golem. So I rolled a dice and they took a wound, but they're tinge acts as armour. So they just blatted themselves down 1.
It's,
It's pretty cool, cool.
It's cool, yeah. I mean, that's one way of looking at it.
So you might be wondering about all these other units we've not activated, and this is the bit we're going to do now. This is no one gets left behind. So whoever has initiative, decide who performs this step first. It's going to be Simon, because you've not got anyone to do this with.
That's right, yes.
So then I will do it. Basically, any units that haven't activated, aren't demoralised and aren't engaged in combat can either perform a move, action, or a rest. So we're just going to do that now. Mm-hmm. And you can see that I've advanced all my units up. So once we've done that, no one left behind. I basically don't move because I don't need to do any resting. We clear all of our activated tokens away, which we have. I then give initiative over potentially. So if you're losing the game, you keep initiative, or you have initiative, you receive it. We're tying. If it's the case of a tie, it just flips to the opponent that didn't have it. So Simon's going to have initiative going into this round. Even though I made him go first, I had the initiative. And likewise, Simon can decide to force me to have it with that. Mm-hmm. We then go back to the start of the round. So for me, the only thing I had to do was basically generate my tinge again. So my golems are up to 2 each. So is my progenitor sculptor with his marked, and Mael has just gone back to 1 for spending the one that she had earlier. Yeah,
it'd be brilliant if you can keep building that up and eventually explode and kill yourself.
I think I need about 8 to explode. I will attempt it at some point.
Unlikely.
So we've advanced the round tracker. So we moved it 5 spaces on again. So it's now on 10. We're still sat at 5. So we're going to have 5 turns again of alternate activations. Currently, in terms of the resources, Simon's on 9, 1 away from 10, and I am on 6. So there's going to be some important digging that also needs to occur.
But at this point, of course, it's all now balanced with the need to
manage stress,
charge in. We're all very close now. This is a crucial few turns, I think.
So on to the second third of the game.
Indeed. Okay, so we're on to turn 6 now, the first turn of the second round.
You have initiative.
I have initiative.
Do you want to give it to me?
No, I absolutely don't want to give it to you, Tom. I don't want to be charged by a big rampaging Mormob, thank you very much.
He's a friendly boy.
I want Escold to charge into the husks and attack those husks. Now, because they haven't activated this turn, they now get an activation marker. But because they didn't have an activation marker, they don't get another stress.
Yes, they're not going to get upset about having to be forced in.
The charge range is 10, which will be reduced to 6 because of the slowed, but that's going to be...
Yeah, basically it's burned the second you do a move. So because you're going to declare a charge, you're well within range.
Absolutely. So Eskel's going to go flying in there. Oops.
Do you want to get to my leader? Do you want to move this out of the way just so you can get...
Yeah, sure. Let's have that. And then these guys will get placed around there.
Now I've left my tinge out because, as we remember, the husks utilise this as a
an armouring device, shall we say.
Yes. Again, they don't need to use the snow leopard tattoos. The Tundra Marauders have access to caltrops, which they can place down as a skill. That's not really something I need to do at the moment. The thing we do need to remember, of course, is Escold has a Warg totem, which means the unit gets elite. So I do count any hollows as successes.
Oh, you did? I don't think we did that last time.
I don't think I did, maybe. So yeah, I need to remember that this time.
So I do get my benefit from my L only for attacks. So I don't get the extra orange dice and I don't get the extra switch. So I'm just rolling 2 black dice here on my defence.
So I have 2 built-in successes, one from the Marauder unit and one from Escold himself.
Yep.
And then I'm rolling 3 orange, which I will do now.
Oh, it's nice.
Not bad.
Nothing from me.
So, no switches. I need 2 specials to be able to do that.
So you've got 4
So
successes.
I've got 4 successes against no blocks for you.
Well, the good news is you're going to win the combat, definitely.
Yeah.
So 2 tinge is going to take away 2 of your successes.
Ooh.
Have that. And then you are going to kill 2 of my poor golems. So they're going to go... Because they're 1 wound each.
I think it's very much going to be attrition over here, seeing if I can thin things out quickly.
Would you like to push me back?
Do you know, I am quite happy keeping you there at the moment. You will take a stress.
I will take a stress because I have lost the combat. So
But yeah, I'm going to keep you there for the moment.
I think there's no point because we've got lots of units within 3 here. There's no competition yet until the wargs get involved.
That's right.
I'm going to activate Master Mael. We have to look after our babies, Simon. You're hurting the babies. So she's going to move 4-3. She's going to go 4 to here and then 3. She's going to tuck in here and not be in combat is the important thing. She's going to be as close as you can get to combat, but not combat. And then I'm going to Carmine Thorns you in the face, basically. So we've done spell before. I'm going to do an alteration. I'm going to spend a tinge to pick up a risen and have it go in base contact with you, engage you. Just because why wouldn't you?
Yeah, Mael needs to die. And quickly.
So there's a red and an orange to see if it succeeds. She succeeds. And then this is going to be a red, 2 orange and a yellow. And this is going to be the thing that needs to be cancelled by 2 blocks here, mate.
Yeah.
So... she gets 2 successes. Mm-hmm. Sadly, again, she's not elite.
I get a built-in block.
Yeah, so I'll get rid of these now.
And I get a second block, and I do not... I will be able to displace myself again with my switch.
By all means do. So currently I'm doing 1 wound to you because these 2 blocks will eat that. So 1 damage, which knocks a knock down to 1 health.
It's going to knock 1 down to 1, and... it's, do I displace? Yeah, I mean, I think I probably do.
Yeah, get out of here, coward. Get out of here.
Let's go back a little bit, shall we? So we'll go back there. It just means that I'm not going to be getting pushed back anyway, so...
We're not going to get pushed back anyway. We don't care.
No.
So I then do the effects of my alteration. So I choose a risen unit within 7 strides of the target. I think it's going to have to be these guys. They're going to gain a tinge, so they will re-tinge their fire. Mm-hmm. And they get placed into base contact with you. I'm just going to pop it around here, mate. So they're going to go, what's up? Remember us? Remember the bullying you did? And then Mael's going to end her activation. And she is going to use red thread. So she's going to target an allied risen unit. And they are going to... perform a simple action.
You're going to attack me again?
I'm going to attack you again. Now, I'm down to 2 people, sadly, so my conquest value is 0 to start with.
Yep.
So they're going to have a red and a yellow, but bear in mind they're still within 7 strides of my L, so she's going to give them an orange on top.
Now, because I lost combat, technically, I should now be on 2 stress.
It was a ranged attack. Does that count?
Oh, it was a ranged attack?
Yeah, it was a ranged attack.
Of course, no, it won't.
I mean, hopefully you'll lose this combat, though. So, Husk Smash.
Go for it.
That
is very smashy.
Now, you get regular blocks is the good news for you there, mate.
Yeah, I'm going to need them. So, my built-in block. And then he is elite, so he can change the hollows to fulls.
That was what you needed, though.
So, I have indeed rolled 3 blocks, and then the 2 switches will allow me to displace again, which, I don't know. I think I'll displace first, and then I'll take the damage. So this time, let's
Just keep backing away, boys.
or displace it. It doesn't have to.
It doesn't, yeah.
So
It's a witch. There's a witch.
give me a nice charge angle to her. Yeah,
Lovely. Okay, so you will take a damage, which is going to kill another orc.
it is. Let's take her off.
And you have lost a combat there, so you're going to hit your willpower.
Indeed, my
limit.
morale. Yeah.
Your morale. So that's that there. As I said, tinge given to these golems. Mael is all done.
So turn 7. I think I'm going to go with the ice archers. They want.
Are we going back to this half of the board?
We're going to go over to the other side of the board. There's been lots going on the other side. Let's come to this one. Let's sort out this Morn map a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to fish out my tokens here. I've got to remove them then. As that's it. Go on.
So the ice archers, they are going to spend their first action to move. They're going to move a little bit. As long as they're within range 15 of the Morn map, they are quite happy.
Don't forget your activated token as soon as you go.
Absolutely. My activated token is just...
It's one thing to remember with this, because we're so used to playing games where you put your activated afterwards, but it comes first because of the whole stress thing and that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a good habit to get into.
You're going to shoot my little boy?
I'm going to shoot your big boy. So, to do so, we are making a range attack, so I'm taking a red, 2 orange and a yellow die.
I've got 3 black dice and I've got an orange. Now, it's important against a ranged attack. I can't declare switches or hit you back because I can't throw bullets back at you.
So you won't be able to roll any of the dice that have hits on it. So you won't be able to use the orange one in this instance?
No, I will not. So just 3 black dice for me. A shield.
And my dice, I have rolled 2 hits and 2 specials for the switches.
Are you any elite?
Not elite,
So
sadly.
basically go in the bin. I think I just rolled over one of your dice there. Sorry.
No, it's okay. So because of the switch, I will give you the slowed state, but actually I can't do that, I've just realised, because it's enemy within 8 strides.
Shame that.
Takes the slowed state as the ice rains down. So it will just be the 2 hits that I'm having.
I'll cancel 1.
Yep.
So you will do a damage to me, which will knock him down to, you're pleased to hear this, 5 wounds.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. We'll chip away. Simon is profusely apologising off camera because he wasn't a small child at Helm's Deep is what you used as the example.
Yeah, just got carried away and the scary Morn map.
Simon shot first. Everyone remember this. Right, so I'm going to charge. Now remember when you charge, you then take into account your base size as well, which is a big 60mm for the Morn map. So I've got a 13 stride charge, which we've measured gets me to just the other side of your beautiful red-headed lady here. So I'm going to get an activated token as I do this, obviously. So I'm going to charge you, but the Morn map, let's turn and face, it's just going to appear behind, like nothing personal, kid. He's large. So I can move through units that are not large, and if I move through you, you've got to pass a willpower test or you'll gain a stress.
So I will do that now. They get an orange and a yellow.
You don't get stressed. Good news. Okay. Second thing about being large. A unit I move through must make a face-to-face roll of its defence against as many hits as there are troops in the unit. So you've got 2 troops. So you need to roll defence dice and get that many blocks or you'll take damage.
So these are my defence die. I have only rolled 1.
So you're not elite.
I'm not elite, no.
You take a wound. How many wounds each do they have?
They have 4 each.
Okay, I'm sure they can
withstand
they can appreciate that. Yeah. And then we do the attack part. That's the good news. So, Morn map has 2 red, an orange, a yellow, and a blue. There's no modifiers for gaining stress on a Morn map. It does enough damage straight away. I can re-roll if I don't like this though, because I charged.
So, I am going to use a modifier at this point, because I'd like to see if I can hit you back a little bit.
So you're going to gain a stress?
So I am going to gain a stress, which gives me a red dice for the skin changes and a built-in hit. Auto hit.
Okay.
So, yes, let's do it that way.
There we go, that's where I am so far. I've just rolled that over, sorry.
That's okay. So we are on that. So I have 3 blocks. You do your switches first, Tom.
Yeah, I am not elite. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to re-roll my roll.
Yeah, it looks a bit rubbish.
I'm going to take it. Do you mind just pushing your dice slightly towards your models, just so I don't scatter in? Thank you.
No problem.
Just imagine that. I'm going to try again. I think it's largely the same. If anything, it's probably worse.
Oh, what a shame.
Okay, so I inflict switches first. I have got an exclamation mark, which means I give you the frightened state, presuming you can get it.
I can.
So,
I am fearless.
There you go. So you can't.
No.
So that doesn't matter. I would have 3 successes. If you got any more switches you'd like to declare before I do this?
So my switches are on a hollow special. I do not have any hollow specials.
So this would just be 3 successes for me.
And I have managed to block 3 of those as well.
And then you do some damage back.
And I'm doing 2 damage back.
Which will do 2 damage back. So I have lost this combat.
So despite you being a very large fleshy creature coming charging at me, I was not only not stressed out about it, I've managed to parry and bite into you as you've gone past.
Yeah, so I get stressed because I lost this combat.
You do.
Would you like to attempt to push me back?
I would.
I'm going to stress again.
Yes,
because
you don't
I
care,
would
do you?
like to. Yeah, I would not like that to happen. So I'm going to go to 2. My morale value is 2. So sadly, it's going to take me away from activating the Mormab again.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, I'm going to stand there. I don't want to be pushed back.
Fair enough. And at this point, it's the end of your activation. So what is your conquest value, Tom?
It is 1.
Unfortunately, my skin changes are not great at holding objectives. There is 0.
So that is going to flip to me for now, at the cost of my Mormab being at half health.
Yeah, I mean, it's always the case with the Mormab, isn't it? It's big, it's going to hurt people, you're going to target it. The skin changes on my turn 8 are going to have none of that. They're feeling full of bravery after that, withstanding that assault. So they are going to see if they can bring the Mormab down now.
Yeah, but he's definitely done himself in a little bit with this.
Get off my objective. So my first action is going to be to make an attack against the Mormab. I'm rolling lots of dice for the skin changes, a red, 3 orange, and a yellow.
Do you know what we forgot to do, which I'm going to declare this turn? I am intimidated. But I suppose you're fearless.
But I'm fearless, so I ignore
actually.
intimidating.
So
yeah.
I'm just going to defend my 3 black dice and an orange. But because I've taken a lot of damage now, so I've got the smell of blood.
Oh.
If I have 2 blood or more, I may repeat up to 2 dice. That means re-rolls for my attack rolls. But I'm not attacking, I'm defending. Doesn't matter, actually.
So it doesn't matter.
Go for it.
Right, let's see.
Oh, it's a big fat nothing for me.
And it's quite a lot for me. I haven't rolled any hollow specials, so I can't declare any switches. What about you?
I have got 3 filled in exclamation marks, which means I inflict a wound to you straight off, so you take another blood.
Fair enough.
You can do a lot of damage back to me, aren't you?
I am, yes. I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points of damage.
That will kill the Mormab,
Yay.
but I have madness. So when you fall out of combat before removing the miniature from the battlefield, you may perform an opportunity attack against the unit you're engaged with. So this is an attack without any switches or modifiers.
I did know this was coming, but it's...
This is just a straight slap. So before I die, I'm going to roll 2 red, an orange, a yellow, and a blue.
And I am going to roll a blue and 2 black.
And see if I can give you a parting slap.
Ooh, all the switches.
Which we can't declare. So the switches are redundant. The hollows are redundant. So that's going to be 3 damage there.
Nice. So that is going to take one of my guys out. So it's going to take the blonde-haired one, who's not the squad leader.
And it'll leave the leader on 1 wound.
And the leader on 1 wound, yeah.
Now, you don't get stressed from this because you won combat. So my Mormab will disappear. What's your conquest value when you are at 1 person?
At 1 person, it's still 0.
Now, do you get to take this?
I will, yeah, because at the end of the activation, I am currently taking it.
Flip it over. The Intact are just disgusted at the Mormab just getting rinsed. They're disgusted to the point where they don't want to fight that scary orc. They just want to stand next to her and steal the objective. So we're going to take 2 simple actions of moving. So we're going to go 3, 2, pre-measured this tactically with a spare husk, 3, and then we're going to go.
I mean, I've seen cowardice before, but this is next level.
These are the basement dwellers, though. These are the guys who are like, they're not cool enough yet. They've not been modified. So they've just kind of like dressed themselves up in cosplay. They're like, we're real boys as well. So they're going to walk to here. At the end of the activation, they're going to flip this over, and we are going to do some digging because I've got a unit of 4. So red, orange, and yellow. We get 3 successes that puts you and I both on 9. So we've got parity there going into the 9th turn.
Right, okay, turn 9. I need to try and make sure this objective becomes mine again. So the ice archers are going to activate. They're going to move a little bit. So we'll move 4, 3. They're going to do a similar Mael tactic of shooting you very up close and personal.
It's combat ranged.
Yes.
So you are stressed at least now.
They are now going to take a stress because they have an activation on them. So yeah, we're moving, we're shooting at the intact.
You ignore friendly fire with your ice archers anyway, don't you?
That's right. And the thing to bear in mind here is if I manage to get switches, you will take the slowed state.
So I am in cover, so I'm going to gain a black dice in this, which I'm going to need. So I've got a green and 3 black. It's worth the saying, you can only roll 3 of the same coloured die, isn't it?
That is true.
So
yes,
not
absolutely.
that I think we have anything that's
and of course, this is
weird.
against a ranged attack, so you wouldn't be able to roll any attack dice in return.
Yeah.
So you're all good there. You won't be able to activate any switches, but I will as the attacker.
Seems rude.
Let's go for it.
Oh, well, I've got all the exclamations and a block.
You have. Right, so first of all, let's activate my thing. I'm going to give you the slowed state.
Do you know what I forgot to do in my more map?
Go on.
I'll say now. Forgot that I could repeat 2 dice. I could have hit you back. I don't think it made a difference because you rolled so many
I
successes.
did roll a lot of successes, but yeah, even
Could've
so,
tried
yeah,
to.
maybe. Isn't that always the way?
Teach us for going for a break. So I got a block.
You did. I got 3 successes.
So I'll block 1 of those.
And I do you 2 damage.
Each of my dice has 2 wounds, so neatly that kills 1 guy.
Yeah, happy days. That's great. I'm now going to dig for victory. So I'm going to gather up a red,
One of each,
orange,
basically, yeah.
and a yellow, and I'm going to see if I can finally get to 10. I do indeed. I've rolled 2 successes there, which gets me to 10.
So the way that we've played this is basically Simon is now at 10. The second one is not an excess. Now you're at 10. You can start damaging my attempts.
Yeah, it seems to be the way, the intent, perhaps.
So I'm going to go for some hot archer on archer action. So I'm going to go with crossbows are better than bows though. So these marks. I'm going to go 3, 2. We're just going to thread our way around here. Stand in front of this objective. And we are going to shoot your archers in the back of the head, basically. Blast them real good. So this is going to be a red, an orange, and 2 yellow versus your defense.
Which is 3 blue and a black.
And not being elite is sadness source for me.
It is.
So in terms of declaring switches, I have got 3 exclamations, which means I can shove my target 3. And I have got a hollowed hit, which allows me to displace myself 3.
Nice.
So a shove is just chucky 3, isn't it? So
It is,
your
absolutely.
leader is
My
this
leader
one?
is the guy at the front there.
So I'm going to just shove you there. Just bring that guy into unit coherency.
Indeed.
There. We are going to displace ourselves. We've just rolled that over there. 3, we're just going to displace. Just there. And I think with me rolling over my dice, I had 2 successes. So you've got a block.
Yeah, I have a block, so I'll take a wound.
A
These
wound.
guys have 2 wounds, so one of them takes 1.
And then basically I'm just going to do some digging because I want to get up to 10 as well. So this is going to be a yellow and a orange for me. So I'm going to gain a stress for the digging.
Yep.
And we'll see what we get. We get a hit, we get 2, so I'm going to be on 10 as well. So this is where now any future digging that we do will diminish the other while we're at 10.
Interesting. So going into the final turn of this second round, I'm going to activate the skin changes again. She's already got an activation token, so she is going to be stressed for that.
And she's whittled now, so she doesn't batter me too badly.
No, she's gone down to a one-person stat line, but she's still capable. Still a lovely, capable redhead.
So what are you going to do?
She's going to charge in.
Okay.
She's going to charge into the intact and keep bringing these guys down, I think.
Yeah, my intact are still 3 strong, so I get my green and 2 black.
And I get a red, 2 yellow, and a built-in hit. So I'm going to place the built-in hit down here. And then I'm going to roll. And my roll has been pretty good for hits.
Oh, that is good.
Some very good hits. I haven't got any hollow specials, so I can't do my switch.
I have no switches either, so I've got 1 block to your 4 hits.
Yep, so
you
3
will
wounds.
kill another one of my guys.
and leave 1 on a wound here.
And you will take a stress. And
they are very stressed at this prospect.
I will push you back.
Yeah, my morale value is 1, so I can't voluntarily go more. Thankfully, it's a 3. So, and I'm in... Yeah, it depends where you want to push me back to, really.
Well, you're going to be pushed this way, I think, so I will...
I'm going to hit the terrain, I think, if I go backwards. Then.
Oh, of course, that's that guy, isn't it?
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, we'll sort of push you back this way. So you can go over there. You can join him, and I'll just place you back into there, along with all your many, many tokens.
So I think you have definitely moved me outside of 3 of that objective. So that means you're within 3.
It comes back to me.
There's so much I want to do. I want to dig. I want to fight. I need to get that objective, though. So I'm going to go with my marked marksman because they have a higher morale cap. So they're going to stress themselves to activate again. So they're going to go to 2. And basically, we're going to walk our way around.
Okay.
And try and hit that objective. So they are 3 and 2. So 3, and then 2, and then 3. Don't mind me, friends. And then 2. They're going to stand basically here with their additional stress.
Yeah.
I can't dig, which is what I would love to be able to do. But I will be able to flip this objective.
That's the important thing here, I think.
To my control for the last activation of the second round. And this is the picture at the end of the second round. And I have managed to edge a point there. So I get a VP because you don't hold any of mine. I get 1 extra VP because I hold one of yours. And you score 0 because you're not holding your own.
I do, sadly. Despite all the death I managed to eke out on that side, you managed to sneak your way in at the end there.
But I've left mine unguarded, which is going to be important in a minute. So I'm on 3 to your 1 currently.
Yep, that's right.
And then we have done our removal of stress or reduction of stress. We have done our tinge rolls, which were interesting. So I basically just did some healing, but no one needed it. It was great. And that's pretty much where we are. So we've got the no one gets left behind. So that's again me. So I'm just going to make those moves now. And oh dear, the big boys. Well, you got to resolve this first, didn't you?
I did, so yeah. So my no one gets left behind happened first. So the wargs moved up the board, putting themselves into contention with that far objective.
Do you know what the best kind of husks are, though, Si? Stealth husks. The ones at the bottom.
That's what people say.
They've just casually just walked around the bed and be like, don't mind us. We're not going to do anything janky.
Yeah, it's like that sort of thing where you're trying to get somebody but they're behind a table and so they're going one way and you're going the other way.
Yeah, yeah. So the progenitor sculptor's kind of gone into the hill in the forest as well, just to try and maybe protect my deployment zone one at the top of your screen. Echoes are defending my L. They've stepped up. They're ready to tank a potentially very disgusting charge.
Yes.
We generate tinge. I've got a lot of tinge at the moment, so there's a lot of tinge going around. It's
really interesting. But you
level.
Tinge for fun, don't you?
Tinge, that's the hashtag tinge for fun.
Hashtag tinge for fun.
So we've advanced the round tracker as well. We've got rid of the activated tokens, so we're going into the final round, and Simon will keep initiative as he's currently behind in the scores.
Right, so turn 11 in the final round now. So I'm going to activate the skin changer, and she is going to charge
the tiniest amount
into the marked marks.
How about thee?
Okay, so yeah, we're just going to roll this.
What do you get for your solitary charge?
I get a red, 2 yellow, and I have a built-in hit.
I've got 2 blue dice on my blocking. Well, it's not good.
So, first of all, switches. I'm looking for hollows. I do not have any hollows.
I have nothing to declare.
So, just 2 hits for me.
That'll be 2 damage. That will kill one of these.
Okie dokie.
And it will cause some stress to us.
Absolutely.
As we lose that one. My morale value is 2 though, so if you wanted to push me back, I cannot stress further. I cannot stress enough how much I cannot stress.
I will push you back then in that case. So you can go back to your intact mates.
Jog on, mate. Go to your intact.
And she's not going to follow you up.
No, I do not believe I'm any further within range 3 here. So if you wanted to flip that over to you, you could.
Yeah, I think that's the way to do it. We will. Yep, that will do.
Right, so I'm going to go with my marked with my progenitor sculptor because I think I need to try and shore up this half of the battlefield. So for my first action, they're going to take a move. So they're going to move 3 and then 2. And then they're going to do it a second time. So they're going to move 3 and then they're going to move 2. And then they are going to basically wodge, which is the technical term, Simon, to wodge.
Of course it is.
Taking their triple tinge with them. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig, because I've got a squad of 5 people. It would be silly not to with us both at 10.
Yeah, we talked about this, didn't we? And there's just so many options at this point in the game where you just...
Like, there's big activations of things that could go, like Mayal or the Echoes or the Husks, or even getting the Intact in to try and grab this objective later, but we know we've got activation to play with. And you've still got a unit that hasn't even made a play this game. So I'm going to do some digging. I get 2 successes. Now I am at 10, so that is going to pull yours down to 8, which keeps me safe for an activation, because like we said, Simon's got to get to 10 before he can then start depleting me down. So it means that I've got an activation in hand to manage that.
Yes. Okay, turn 12. It's time that the Rathmane and his Warg Riders finally get involved in the game. They are going to do a headlong charge straight into the Echo, so I'm going to place down my activation marker there.
Yeah, I'm going to repeat here that I did take Posture of the Defender. This is important. That's why Simon's going in with all of the damage here.
Yeah,
so
I need to sort of throw everything at this and hope I can break through.
Yeah, so I've got immovable, 4 wounds each, and +1 to my conquest value.
So just so that I'm remaining in coherence, these guys are just going to sort of move around like so. We're all good. And then it's time to gather up the dice. So I am going
bucket of dice
to put a stress on my Rathmane's unit to be able to do his modifier, which gives him an extra hit and a special to match his built-in hits that he normally gets. So I'm now going to roll all the dice.
That's a lot. I've got a green and 2 blue and a black for my defence.
And then we'll add those in.
Worth me saying I am elite.
Absolutely. I am not elite. The Rathmane himself is elite, but when he's joined to a unit, he is
Are you fearless? Because I am intimidating.
I am not fearless. No, I've got Bloodlust and Raging, which has reminded me, of course, that I do get a built-in hit on the charge for Raging. Bloodlust is negated by the mounted Rathmane. He stops the wargs having Bloodlust.
Do a cheeky willpower test for me. What dice do you need for your willpower?
So my willpower for these guys are 2 orange. I'm going to do that right now.
So basically you need to get 1 success here.
Well, the good news is, Tom, I've got 1 success there.
You're all good, so you don't get an extra stress.
Put that hit back there. So, switches. Switches I will use to give you... I will use a special to give you vulnerable. So I will do that now. So the next time that you roll a block, you will have to remove that die. I could also, on a hollow hit, give you a damage, but... Oh, I do have a hollow hit, so I am indeed going to give you a damage.
Take a wound straight away.
So that's good news. Your switches?
I'm going to use my 2 exclamations out of the 3 to cancel 1 hit from you, so just take that red dice away, mate.
Cool.
And then I have got a total of 3 blocks left.
So I have got 3, 4, 5, 6 hits.
So I'll block 3. Mm-hmm. That will leave 3 hits going through.
Indeed.
Which will kill 1 of my echoes.
Yeah, it's not quite enough to...
Gain me a stress.
It does.
Now I am immovable.
Yes.
So you cannot push me back.
I can't push you back.
And I retain my conquest value of 1 because of my posture of the defender.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's no threat there for me. I've got 2 conquest. However, I think Mael's providing you with some.
Yeah, Mael has a conquest value of 0, but the husks next to her are 2-. They also have a conquest value of 0. Now they've been depleted. So actually, I think with my echoes, they're just providing 1 to the cause.
Well, my mounted Rathmane and the wargs are providing 2, so it flips back to me.
Oh no, it's difficult at this side because I don't have a lot of conquest value running around. So I'm going to go with Master Mael Mael. She is going to Carmine Thorns these guys because I can see them.
Yes.
Shockingly, that is how things work. I can see it. So she's going to attempt to cast this. So I need a hit on a red and an orange dice. We get the hit. And then this is going to be a range. I'm not modifying this. I'm not spending my tinge. Don't want to yet. Do not need it yet. So she is going to cast red, 2 orange, and a yellow, and you need 2 blocks to cancel each of my hits.
Okay, I've got a block built into this.
It's 4 successes.
And I have rolled 3 successes.
So you block one of these hits.
Indeed.
3 damage.
So one of them has taken 3.
So
they have one wound left. Yeah.
And then her second action, she just wants to be within 7 strides of this unit over here. So she is just going to take a move. So she moves 4 and then 3. If we are within 7, we're just going to scoot to this position here. And then at the end of her activation, she is going to dig. So I'm going to roll a yellow. So she's going to gain stress. And we're going to see if we dig anything. We do.
Oh.
Let's knock you down to 7.
Oh.
And then she is going to choose to use red threads. Choose the target, which is going to be this risen unit, to perform a simple action. And then these guys are just going to do a move.
Incredibly cheeky.
And they're going to flip this. Seeing as we're doing a bit of an eye for an eye, I'm going to flip that over to my control there. Oh, look who turned up.
Surprise! What you didn't expect was a Dark Master turning up with his little retinue of Orc Hunters. So he has Scout, and he...
You sure he's not just been at the pub and arrived really late?
He's got a big cape, he's full of shadows. I like to think he's quite dramatic about everything, and he just appears.
Oh, we're losing, I'll come in.
With his boys, just when you least expect it.
They're Conquest 2 versus my Conquest 0.
So what I'm doing with his scout move is, instead of coming on from one of the table edges, I'm coming on from my deployment zone. So I've pre-measured 8 inches in there.
So that counts as your first move.
So that counts as my first move, and then they are going to do a little cheeky second move.
Which gets you within 3.
I hope.
Yeah, you'd be fine.
So we're sort of dangling on the edge of the precipice there.
There you go, you're all good.
Place my hunters around. I mean, you say they've come from the pub, but this is...
They were in the forest all along.
My very Gandalf appearing at the dawn of the moment for these guys who are coming when they're just needed.
So this is going to flip to you.
That's going to flip over to me.
So one thing Simon forgot to do
was dig. I need to dig. I'm only at 7 at the moment. Tom's pushed me back. So the Orc Hunters and the Dark Master at the end of their activation are going to dig and succeed with 2 hits.
There you go. I'm just going to push that in. That gets you up to level 9. Very nice.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the intact. They are slow, so that means they can only use one of their movement profiles. So I'm going to do an assault, which is like a charge without any of the benefits, basically. So,
that's right, yeah, but you can change direction. That's the key thing.
I'm going to move 3. I've just got to end in base with one of your models, haven't I? So I'm just going to go to here, and I'm going to do the assaults. I'm going to move to here. You guys can pile in and begin the beatdown as well. So the slow's gone because I've done a move. This is going to be, for me, with a measly 2 gentlemen, is going to be a red, a yellow, and a built-in hit. But what I am going to do, Si, is I am going to use a command point for Blades of Catrador, which means that you can only cancel my hits with hollow shields.
Oh, silly Scions-y stuff.
Silly Scions-y stuff. So I'm going to punch you in the face. Oh, it's not bad. Oh,
I have rolled
you got some hollow shields.
A couple of hollow shields here.
So, I have no switches to declare.
I also have no switches to declare.
So I've got my built-in hit, and then I've got 2. You have got 2 hollow shields, so it'll be 1 success.
1 success kills one of my ice archers.
Very nice. It will give you
a stress.
Le stress.
Yeah.
Would you like to be... Oh, I can choose whether to push you back.
You can.
I would like to keep you engaged in combat. That seems like the right thing to do.
It's tight this now, isn't it?
It's really,
We've both gone really
tight.
quiet in between. We're just
Suddenly gone very serious. The skin changer, who in many ways has been a bit of an MVP for me this game,
absolutely, yeah.
is going to try to ensure that the marksmen don't come and just stand on the objective. So he's going to activate, changing their stress to 2, and they are going to charge. So, yeah, let's hope this goes well.
I have got 2 stress on me.
You have.
So I'm going to use my Orichalcum implants. Once per round before the resolution of a combat roll, if I have stress, I may suffer a damage to add either a hit or 2 shields to my roll, which does not count towards combat resolution.
That could be
so
useful.
I'm going to take a damage to add 2 shields to this in a moment. As you were.
I have a red into yellow with a built-in damage hit.
I've got 2 people left, thankfully, so that's going to be 2 blue for me.
I will roll. Looking okay, add my hit in there.
Okay, you've got any...
Switches? No, sadly not.
I do not have either. I'm really glad I took that wound there. So that is going to be 3 shields for me.
Yeah, 4 hits for me.
So that is going to kill one of mine.
Yep. Which will stress you.
Which will stress me, so that's going to take me above my limit. That's going to take me to 3. Would you like to shove me back?
Yes, I would.
Where would you like to shove me to?
I will just shove you back. What is your movement value, Tom?
3-2.
Okay, so we will push you back to there.
And I have to make a willpower test now.
You do.
Otherwise
I'm going to follow this up, otherwise you will be running away.
So it's going to be an orange and a yellow, yeah? To make sure I'm not demoralised.
Yep.
I get a hit.
Your happy days.
So that will take me back down to my limit, thankfully. He's like, I'm okay. It's just blood.
So at least you're away from the objective.
But you're staying in combat with me.
Yes, I don't want you
Sensible
cheekily
choice.
walking around onto the objective.
Right, you've committed to this flank. I think I have to commit to the other flank here. Like, still possibility you just kill one of these and walk down here and take this, and that's worth a point for you. But I think I have to try and score a point back.
I mean, it really is poised like that, isn't it? Each turn is twisting and turning like that.
So I'm going to go with marked. They're going to take 2 move actions. So I'm going to move 3 and 2 to this position here, and then I'm basically going to go 3. Again, we've pre-measured this to there 2, which should be
within 3.
Within range 3. You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
I say, are you happy with that? We literally did measure it a second ago. It's like, are you happy that this is still what we measured, Simon? I'm going to diggy hole while I'm here. Because I've got a big old squad that have done nothing all game.
Let's see what you've got.
2 successes.
2 takes me down to 7.
Yeah, you're still in the good realm for the points. But my conquest value of 2 is going to flip this over here.
Okay, so last turn of the game for me. Now, we've talked about this off table.
It's big money, isn't it?
Off camera. This is the big turn, whether or not I can stay in the game here and see what happens. We've made the decision that I'm going to activate my ice archers. Now, I've placed a activation marker on them. They didn't already have one because they've only got morale 1, which is great. They can still activate. And I'm going to make a attack action as my first action against the intact.
Now, the intact, they're not intact, sadly. There's only 2 of them, so I only get a blue dice, but I am within 10 of my high command, so I get loyal to the end, which means basically a reroll.
Yeah.
Which I'll remember this time.
Cool.
So I'll set your par of a block.
And I have rolled 3 hits.
Oh, I've already got 1 on a wound.
So
I think you are going to wipe them because they've only got 2 wounds each.
Well, I am more than happy to allow that to happen.
So I will block 1. Oh, no, wait. I'm going to block 1 of your hits.
You're going to block 1 of my hits, yeah.
So then
there's no way I can improve that.
So you'll kill 1 and leave 1 on 1 health.
Yep.
And I will gain stress.
Well, isn't that...
Well, you can push me back.
Yes.
Would you like to do that?
I will push you back.
I can't resist this because I'm morale 1. Mm-hmm. So feel free to push me back.
How far do you go?
I'm 3-2.
Okay, so let's just play.
What's your conquest value?
My conquest value is 1.
Yep, I'm not within 3 there. And how far do you move on a walk action, mate?
I move for 3, mate.
I
All the strikes.
I think you can...
So, second action will be 4.
Yeah,
And
that's worth a
3.
point. Yep, sweeping in.
Happy days. Yeah, I'll take that.
Now, would you like to stress yourself for a diggy? Are you?
Unfortunately, I can't
okay.
do that. Yeah, I'm at my morale limit. So.
But you are going to flip that over to you, which is going to be worth a point in a moment.
Indeed.
Good work. So we'll round off the final turn with me. My progenitor sculptor and the marts are just gonna be like, this is what we came for. We'll ring around it. We'll do a fell ritual and hope that the tinge doesn't completely destroy us at the end of the turn. They can dig.
Yeah.
They get 1 success and they'll knock you down to 6.
Oh,
which is,
man, that takes me below a threshold, doesn't it?
Does, and that will conclude the round, and we will go and find out what happens at the end now.
Excellent.
And here we are at the end of the round and the end of the game. And we do the scoring first, which is important because there's no one left behind. That doesn't affect things. It's during activations in terms of holding this. Yeah. So, in terms of points, I was able to, in terms of our take positions, just secure one of yours, which is worth a point for me.
Yes, absolutely. And I was able to take both of Tom's objectives.
Which are individually worth a point each.
They are, which got me 2 points.
Yeah, so I'm on 4 for this one. What are these ones called? MP?
These ones are called military points, yeah. MP for the scenario.
So 4 for me and 3 for you.
Yep, that's right.
And then we go to the AP for the resources, mate.
Yeah, so feats, the resources feat that we've chosen, provide you with arcane points, which is AP. That then determines how well you've won or how well you've lost.
Yeah, so our final positions were myself on 10 and you on 6.
Yeah.
What does that translate to then?
So you get 1 point if you get round to number 4 on the tracker. So we both get 1 for that. We get another point if you get to 7, which you, of course, did get.
Ayo.
But I did not because you pushed me back to 6.
Just.
And then you get 1 point if you get to 10, which you did, getting yourself a 3rd point. And then if you have more points than if you've managed to get round the tracker more than your opponent, then you get another point.
So I believe that is 4 AP for me.
Yep. And only 1 point for me in that instance.
So total-wise, that takes us from 8 points to 4 in favour of the science.
4, yes.
What does that translate? I'm just making you say this on camera now because I can hear it through the gritted teeth. What's it on the tracker side? What's it mean?
Yeah, do I have to say this, Tom?
You are legally obligated.
Do I have to say
champion,
this?
I demand this.
Oh, for goodness sake. It means that because you have obtained more military points and arcane points than your opponent, and more victory points in total, you have got a supremacy victory.
Good game.
Fantastic game, thank you.
We'll go talk about it in the outro. I'm still the champion. I'm never going to lose this.
I am just heartbroken.
It's great, isn't it? It's really heavy, but it's really
fallen. All I wanted.
There was some real like my dead pile at the end of that game. We said score-wise, as much as it seemed to skew, like, you got way ahead with the resources. You were killing my models. I couldn't even get my Maul map just bounced off you.
Yeah, it was so tight. It was so close. And yet the final scores aren't massively reflective of that.
No, I do love the mechanics though of like being able to still move your models at the end of a turn. There was a lot of repositioning we did. I think you not getting your big beasties in until the last turn is probably one, but then you got the advantage with your scout unit coming in right at the end to just shore up an objective.
Yeah, and that's all they need to do, but I think that is the crucial aspect of this game. It's every single activation matters, and you are left sort of making aching decisions about what to activate, and you're sort of thinking, well,
I want to do that, but I have to do that.
And that unit can do loads, and it can kill, and it can smash people's faces in. But ultimately, what do I need to achieve now to get those points?
I like the degrees of success and failure within winning as well, because that means that like if you do fall behind on one and the opponent gets ahead in an event, that could be actually more damaging than
winning outright by just tabling someone.
Yeah, it's just a very modern approach to design, isn't it?
Any standouts for you? I think Mael for me definitely is. I mean, she's great as a named character, but she was really pulling the strings, for want of a better thread, of the Husks.
I definitely think Mael was your MVP. She could just do so much. Getting those out of activations was.
Your two ladies, though.
Yeah, the skin changers. Yeah. I mean, do not underestimate the skin changers. They're just a 2-man unit or a 2-woman unit, and.
They tanked some more mabs, some marked, some intact, I think.
And they still remained. There was one left there with 3 wounds left, and it carried on going all the way through the game, yeah.
Yeah, I think similarly I was really happy with my Echoes. I think those units that can take the defensive boost, I think if you've got access to those in your factions, do so. They're really good.
Yeah, sure.
So we were saying we really enjoyed recording this, and it was relatively low impact on us, so I think we could easily change our lists and do another one in the future if people enjoy it.
Yeah, it plays so elegantly, it's so quick.
And there's so many named characters that you can bring out that just change the whole force, because we were saying we didn't use our command points much, but actually there's a lot of characters or interactions that would if you were against a different faction who could get frightened.
Yeah, so many of mine are about sort of giving frightening out, but it just didn't seem to matter.
We care not, we want blood for each other. So thank you very much for watching. Leave us a comment down below and we will see you in the next one.
Yeah, thank you, bye.
Well, a massive thank you for watching that video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you want to find some more, they should be over here. And if you want to support the channel and the content that we create here, there's links to our Patreon and merchandise in the description below. Take care.